Hey everyone, it's Mark. This is my recap for Pokémon Journeys episode 33. Want to trade Pokémon? This was the 1118th episode of the Pokémon anime. Things were back to normal this week, and we had a fairly normal episode with Ash and Go getting into some adventure in Vermilion City. Let's discuss the highlights, then go into the review. The episode doesn't waste much time getting into the action, as Ash and Go learn about a Pokémon trading event taking place at the Vermilion City Pokémon Center, and off they go. We get an Easter egg straight off the bat here, with a gentleman trading a Farfetch'd for a girl's Spearow. Of course, in the games, you can trade a Spearow for a girl's Farfetch'd in Vermilion City, and the Farfetch'd was even nicknamed the same thing as the one from the games. Additionally, a gentleman in the Let's Go games talks about trading his Farfetch'd for a Spearow. Lastly, the first time Ash ever traded a Pokemon was after the first time he visited Vermilion City, where he traded his Butterfree for a gentleman's Raticate, before trading them back in the same episode. Anyways, with all kinds of Pokemon around, Go can't decide who he wants to trade with. He runs into this episode's character of the day, Korami, Sinnoh's bug Pokequeen. This girl is really something, and the best way I could describe her would be if Aaron, Chantal, and Nando were all thrown into one person. Her design is based off of a Cricketune, and she claims to have caught every bug-type Pokemon from Sinnoh. In the most unintentionally funny moment of the episode, she gets a battle request for the World Coronation Series, and guess who it's from? Ash. Of course it's Ash. I just love the idea that Ash immediately got bored with the whole trading event, since why would he ever trade any of his beloved Pokemon? So he just took his phone out and searched for a rank battle to pass the time. Korami was ranked 895, so not only is she a superclass trainer like Ash, she's actually above him in the rankings. That won't last for long though, as their one-on-one battle was pretty short and to the point. It's Pikachu versus Heracross, and even though her Heracross looks strong, Pikachu gets a flawless victory after an Electro Web Iron Tail combo attack. Well, that was definitely a battle that happened. Go is impressed though, and he shows off that he's caught all of the Kanto bug types. Korami wants to trade his Pinsir for her Heracross, who for some reason has drawn the attention of a very large crowd inside the Pokemon Center and is flexing in front of everyone. Clearly, these guys didn't witness it getting absolutely demolished right outside, or else I doubt everyone would be giving it so much attention. Go doesn't want to trade his Pinsir, which is interesting because he's basically taken no interest in it since catching it, unlike a few of his other Pokemon. It does make me wonder why Ash and Go, two people who formed deep bonds with their Pokemon very quickly, came to a trading event in the first place, since trading Pokemon isn't exactly their thing, since they don't want to let go of any of their own Pokemon. The bulk of the episode is spent trying to find another Pinsir in the wild so that Korami can get one of her own without having to trade with Go. He does have his Pinsir with him, and we see that it's very shy, hiding behind Go even more than Sobble does. The group is unable to find any new Pinsir in the forest, so Korami cooks up some bait instead, in the form of her Korami Special, which is some kind of honey-like substance. They lay plates of the stuff all over the place, and wait to see if it brings in any Pinsir. We cut to Team Rocket, who look emaciated after losing all of their food to a Morpeko, which I guess is the same one they encountered in Galar a while back. It has been a few episodes since it last appeared, but I guess it has to be the same one since Morpeko aren't native to Kanto. Team Rocket stumble upon the plates of Korami's surprise, and they go on an eating spree, which is very reminiscent of their experience in Alola, where they got their faces stuffed with Bewear's honey all the time. Ash's group finds Team Rocket eating, and it's time for a face-off. Team Rocket try to pretend that the only reason they were eating the Korami surprise was to be mean, and not because they had all of their food eaten by a Morpeko. But that's kind of besides the point. In comes the gotcha machine, and they get a Sceptile and Drapion, who swerve the battle and instead go directly to a leftover plate of the Korami Special. Of course. Team Rocket break out the heavy artillery, and they trap half of the group in a net, which includes a now crying Sobble, rendering them useless. It's up to Go, who conveniently is with his Pinsir and Korami's Heracross, to take on Team Rocket. The villains make fun of Pinsir for being scared, but Heracross steps in and teaches Team Rocket a lesson, looking much stronger than it did versus Ash earlier. Meanwhile, Go's Pinsir falls in love with Heracross after seeing its brave and heroic actions. After that, the episode wraps up pretty quickly with some new Pinsir appearing out of nowhere, but Go is forced to catch one of them since everyone else is stuck in a net with Sobble. Once everyone is free, they head back to the Pokemon Center and Korami trades her Heracross for the new Pinsir, since Korami already has plenty of her own Heracross. Go has a new Pokemon, much to the delight of his Pinsir, and they all lived happily ever after. I'm giving this episode a 6 out of 10 rating. This seemed like an average episode of Pokémon Journeys to me, so I'll be honest, I don't have much to say about it, either good or bad. The whole setup of the trading event was promising, but I would have liked to have seen Go make like 20 different trades and get all kinds of new Pokemon, but instead he only got one, his Heracross, which was spoiled last week in the new opening theme. It's always a plus to have a World Coronation Series battle in an episode, but when Ash wins without taking any damage himself, it didn't really add much to this episode. Even if she wasn't able to stand up to Ash's battling skill, Cormy was still one of my favorite characters of the day so far in Pokémon Journeys. She was the right mix of wacky, while useful, and anyone who bases their whole appearance on a single Pokemon will get bonus points from me. So again, nothing too crazy happened this week, but it was still a fun episode, so that's why it gets a 6 out of 10 for me. What did you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments. The next episode is one a lot of people have been anticipating for a while, as Ash is going to battle against Bee, Galar's fighting type gym leader. I'll be honest, I've only played Pokemon Shield, so I'm not all that familiar with Bee, but I did watch the episode of Pokemon Twilight Wings that features her training with her Pokemon, and that was pretty cool. So if she's anything like that, I'm looking forward to her appearance in the next episode. I'll go ahead and predict that the battle will be a 2-on-2, with Bee using Kalucha and Grablocked against Ash's Farfetch'd and Riolu. Since this would be an all-fighting type matchup, and the fact that Ash is still undefeated in the World Coronation Series, this feels like the right time and place for Ash to finally lose a battle. It's pretty reasonable to expect him to struggle against Bee, especially if he tries to evenly match her by using only fighting types. That being said, I'd much rather Ash lose while trying something new in the process than just see him roll over everyone with Gengar, Dragonite, and Pikachu all the time. If he does lose, I'll be very curious to see how he and his Pokemon respond to a defeat. That's all I've got for now, so thank you all so much for watching. Let me know who you guys think is going to win next week in the comments, and let me know what you thought about this week's episode as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.